If you have Aquarius rising, this lunar eclipse on March 14th is occurring in your 8th and 2nd houses. And so you're likely looking at your shared resources, your attitude towards intimacy, and how intimacy is affecting your life right now or affecting your relationships right now. There may be transformations in your relationships. So relationships may be ending at this time, or there could be endings within the relationship. So dynamics within the relationship that maybe you've addressed with your partner are changing and shifting, and things are like falling away as they've been worked through. But there is like a dynamic of something coming to the surface and then being released. So there are many endings like that in a long-term relationship. So it doesn't necessarily mean that your relationship itself is ending, but a lot of the dynamics that come up right now as not working, if those aren't resolved, then the relationship could end. If you're not in a relationship at this time, you're likely looking at what your own emotional needs are and what you need to further your own emotional growth. So if that looks like, taking some time to do any kind of healing work or therapy or, coaching, whatever that looks like for you, there may just be some emotional issues that are they're coming to the surface right now, whether they're things you've addressed in the past or it's something new. But what you're being shown right now is that it's a good time to address whatever that is. This eclipse could also be about how you share resources or what shared resources look like in your life, whether that's investments, insurance, or the way that you share resources with your partner. Whatever this looks like for you and whatever's coming up for you, it's, just about addressing it openly and honestly, dealing with whatever conflicts arise and moving past it. So the 8th house is not one that we tend to address easily. It's like touchy for people. It usually hits on some kind of vulnerability. So a lot of times it's not about what's happening on the surface. It's about something underneath. So it's a really good time to just move forward slowly and to be mindful of like reacting in the moment. Because a lot of times those are reactions that we're like, I wish I had said that differently, or I wish I had done that differently. So in order to not have that like kind of regret or, repairs that we need to make, it's a good time to move slowly, knowing that, okay, a lot of the things that come up might be touchy for me because of something else that I've been through. I want to be able to assess that for myself before I respond. And as long as you're making sure that you're doing that, this shouldn't be too troublesome for you. It also doesn't mean because you're feeling sensitive about something, that doesn't mean it's not valid. And that is also just as important to remember. Sometimes what I'm noticing is that someone is constantly hitting a vulnerability despite the fact that I've said, hey, that's not something I'm comfortable with, and yet this keeps coming up. So that could be an example of someone's not paying attention to what you are sharing with them. If you're being open and honest with someone who you're in a partnership where there should be trust, and it feels like they're not respecting that, then that's something that also needs to be addressed mindfully. Like there may be some endings that need to happen there. Just make sure that you're doing what's right for you.